And welcome back to WSHIT's Love Lounge. Every Wednesday night, we present a collection of videos from our singles out there in Crabapple in hopes to make that special love connection. Today, we have a couple of hot toddies and a couple of hot bodies for all you singles out there. Let's start with Jason. Jason's video's on cue. Jason, here's your shot at love. Tell the ladies what they need to know.
Today, I'd like to talk about how it's a man's world. And I'm sure this video will be loved by all the feminists out there. I've met some atheist feminists who take issue with the Bible and with the God of the Bible because they say that the Bible doesn't show that women are equal with men. And my response to that was not to try to apologize for God or try to say that the Bible doesn't mean what it says, or to try to reinterpret Scripture in light of our modern culture. My response is just, it's a man's world. What's wrong with that?
What a catch! If you want to get a hold of Jason, if he's your special love connection, ladies, go ahead and dial the number below on the screen. We'll be back after this commercial break.
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
But if we started giving away free blowjobs with every vaccination, I think this would encourage a lot of, at least,
very encouraging.
Just, to give some of the population a little extra boost that they need, no pun intended.
Maybe there could be a little massage room.
Yeah, like a sensual massage.
Sensual massage.
A sensual massage. A finger up the butt and hand shandy. This episode's sponsored by Tide.
And Disney.
Yeah, Tide. We'll get that cum out of your shorts. They're just identifying them in the park and telling them to get a life. And, we're making it difficult.
I've been on Disney forums for the past 24 hours. Go get a life.
Go get a life. I know who you are. Your personal shopper, Betty Pixie Dust. You're a bitch.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah. Look at my child. He needs another $400 mini hat. The kid's suffering. He opened one salon suite, apparently, so we...
Oh, with the three...
The three stylists, because the other three weren't available. Where were they on opening day? I mean, if it's your first day on the job and your brand new salon suite, don't you think you'd show up? What held you up? Where were you? Maybe you weren't ever there in the first place? I don't know. Because they weren't yet available because they never showed up to work.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Potatoes! It's another episode of The Commercial Break. Good, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm Bryan. This is Krissy. And
Happy holidays.
Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. How the hell are you? Yet another episode of The Commercial Break. Don't confuse us with those other commercial breaks that do you no good, give you information and tell you facts.
Yeah.
Come here. We make shit up. It's more fun.
You can take that to the bank.
You can take that to the bank. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit you can take to the bank.
That's right.
If we have a lot more fun over here just making shit up on our own. Welcome to The Commercial Break. Thank you very much for that. I am reading recently, whether or not how you feel about vaccine mandates, whether you think they're correct or you think they're incorrect, or however your whatever theory you subscribe to.
Yes. Okay.
I will say this, that they in some cases they have been proven to work. Like, people actually do go get vaccinated when they're...
And don't die.
And don't die. When their job or livelihood or whatever depend on it, or they're incentivized to do so. Mm-hmm. And so I'm reading recently that there is I think in Sweden, there are a couple brothels that are now giving away free sex sessions with every vaccination.
Nice. Now there's an incentive.
Now there's an idea that should take root here in the United States. Because here's my thought on this. If you are inclined to believe in vaccine conspiracy theories, you might need to get laid. And so if we were started giving away, I don't know, maybe not. But if we started giving away free blowjobs with every vaccination, I think this would encourage a lot of, at least,
very encouraging.
Just, to give some of the population a little extra boost that they need. No pun intended.
Maybe there could be a little massage room.
Yeah, like a sensual massage. A sensual massage. A finger up the butt and hand shandy. This episode's sponsored by Tide.
And Disney.
Yeah, Tide. We'll get that come out of your shorts. OxyClean. I think this is a good idea, actually.
I know.
Listen, believe it or not, I don't believe that the government should be forcing us to do things with our bodies, just like I believe that women have the freedom to choose what they do with their bodies. Mm-hmm. But I think incentivizing people.
Yeah, just a little incentive.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do it, but if you do, here's something good.
Yeah, here's something a little extra.
Yeah.
As the kids say, there's some extra for you.
It's extra. Yes.
This episode sponsored by Extra Gum.
You want fresh breath?
We'll get that taste of jizz out of your mouth. Oh, we're having fun today, aren't we?
Yes.
You sure are glad you tuned in.
Punchy.
Yeah, punchy. That's right. I'm all riled up from my morning activities.
That's right.
Additionally, speaking of Disney, I wanted to mention this. So Disney has had a problem. Yeah, so just to wrap that segment up, I am all for incentivizing. And then, I think there are some professions where obviously it just makes sense that you should probably be vaccinated against the most the most notable diseases.
I agree.
In order to work there. Disney, like Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney Corporation, has had a problem for a long time with people that are going in and they are becoming like private sellers. Disney has always made money off merchandising.
Of course. Disney gotta be huge.
Disney has
part of it.
3 prongs of their maniacal little fiefdom over there, right? And I love Disney, by the way, but I see it clearly for what it is.
Well, Disney itself also owns media companies.
Yeah,
you're just talking about the fantastical world of
the fantastical world, the whole Disney village,
and all of that.
I'm actually talking about the whole Disney village, the whole umbrella. Number 1 is content, right? They are a content owner, provider, publisher, producer, whatever. We all know.
And have been for a long time before Disney Plus came out.
That was the first thing that they did. They made cartoons, and that's how Walt Disney started, right? Okay, so they put out the content, Disney Plus and all that shit. I had 2 subscriptions, Marvel Universe, the whole 9 yards. You understand.
I do.
You have to live in a fucking alternate universe not to know that Disney Plus is out there and probably in your house somewhere, right? Okay,
yes.
Disney Plus, number 1.
Okay.
Prong number 1. Prong number 2. They are an incredible logistics company. Those resorts that they have and cruise lines and all the other shit and hotels across the world, they know how to push many people in and out of situations where they spend money, they do it quickly, and they feel safe and happy doing so.
Yes.
Right? They are not a theme park corporation. They are a logistics corporation. How do we wash thousands of towels more efficiently? How do we move people from one place to the other and get them to spend money while doing it? That's what they do really well. They're a logistics company. Got it?
That's true. When you think about it, it totally makes sense.
Okay. I learned this. I thought about this a long time ago, and I absolutely know that.
Did you think about it 21 years ago?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to 21 years ago. I had an idea that lead could make marks on paper, and so I started the Frankie B. Pencil Corporation, Pencil Consulting Corporation. Number 3 way that Disney makes money is by making merchandise scarce. So you always feel you have to buy it at a premium. Mickey Mouse is
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
They've mastered it.
They have got it down to an absolute science. Mickey Mouse is on every fucking thing, every fucking where. But for some reason, some set of human beings, I conclude myself in that set of human beings, feels like we need certain Disney merchandise immediately, if not sooner, at the most expensive price, right? And what
Scarcity.
It's scarcity. And how they make it extra scarce, they use the logistics that they know how to do to make it scarce in the theme parks that they own, in the land that they own in Orlando, California, Japan, and other places.
Real estate company, too.
Yeah, they are a big real estate company. They do have a lot of real estate holdings,
McDonald's
too.
is a real estate company.
Right. They're not in the burger business. They're in the real estate business. Ray Kroc once said that. So what they do is they put this certain merchandise only in their theme parks, only for a limited time, and then they sell it at a premium. And really what it is just yet another plush toy, yet another ornament, yet another whatever. People have figured out how to crack the code and make money on their scarcity. They have started years ago, people started popping up shops online where they would be your personal Disney shopper. If you couldn't make it down to the parks for that Starbucks tumbler.
Damn, I have missed so many opportunities.
I know. I mean, imagine being at Walt Disney World every day shopping on behalf of other people. I would fucking lose my mind. Imagine screaming little kids with their sticky little fingers in your fucking long lines. I'd go like, ah! and then you gotta bring piles of t-shirts up to the front and people are just pissed at you for no reason.
Yeah.
So Disney has said, so there's an example. Disney put out a Starbucks tumbler for their 50th anniversary that is this year, Disney World. And they only sold it in one location in Epcot Center, and they only sold the limited number every day. The actual tumbler was like $29.99, but people were selling them online for $250 fucking dollars. There was actually a fist fight in Disney World over the last tumbler one day, which is so fucking asinine. I can't even believe it. I can't believe all this Black Sunday bullshit that happened, Black Friday bullshit that happens.
Yeah.
We actually went to a Walmart one time in Tampa just to see what happened at midnight on Black Friday. It is just as scary as you think it is. We didn't go in. We stayed outside and we watched it all happen.
Right.
It's fucking insane, right? People are fucking out of their gourds.
Free-for-all.
Yeah, get over yourself. I mean, panties half off. Who cares? You're going to die in there. Get out of there, Jim. Get out of there. You could get
Abort mission, save self.
Yeah, you could get your Toshiba TV that'll break down next year somewhere else. Okay, so these shoppers pop up and they start either reselling they would walk into the Disney World store inside of the theme park. They would shove as many as they could onto the counter. They would literally bring these huge tote bags. They would throw everything in there. And then they'd go and they'd resell them online at a great markup, at a huge markup. Or they would be your private shopper. You would say, I want, 6 of those tumblers for Christmas
I request a Goofy
That's right.
plush toy with a Starbucks card.
I would like the floppy ears hat. Yes. In large.
Go get it for me,
get it.
shopper.
Sure. $500. Let it be done.
It shall be done.
The best $500 this king has ever spent. It's like, fuck, really? I need more frozen ornaments for my Christmas tree. But I can't make it down to Orlando in my private plane quick enough, right? Okay.
I have someone for that.
Yeah, I have someone for that. I got a person that does that. I go to whatever, shopper.com. Many people started turning on these people a long time ago, but over the last couple of months, it's really gotten into turning on them. Like, they see them. They know who they are.
Oh.
They identify these people. There is a whole community.
What gives them away? Like them supermarket sweeping through the Disney gift store?
Yes. Waiting in line, being, 3:30 in the morning at, fucking Animal Kingdom down in Orlando, waiting for the gates to open so they can run to the merchandise store to pick up everything that's on sale and limited, right? Or whatever. And so people started identifying and they started sending pictures around. I mean, there is a whole group of adults.
Have you seen this person?
Yeah, have you seen this person? Exactly. It's so fucking asinine. It's like there is a whole group of adults that do nothing but talk about Disney all day long online.
Sounds productive.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I'd rather them talk that
I'd rather
than
them
cue
talk,
it on. So
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, listen, okay, to go talk your Disney. People talk about football all day long too, and lots of people don't give a shit about football or baseball or whatever.
It's true.
So it's just a thing that they're into, right? But they identify these people, and they started really turning on them, like sending ugly grams and all this other stuff. They're just identifying them in the park and telling them to get a life, and we're making it difficult.
I've been on Disney forums for the past 24 hours. Go get a life.
Get a life. I know who you are. Your personal shopper, Betty Pixie Dust. You're a bitch.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah. Look at my child. He needs another $400 mini hat. The kid's suffering.
Yes.
Leave the monorail toy trains alone. You can't do that, Jackie Weaver. So Disney a couple of months ago started getting serious, and they said 2 per. That's it, 2 per. 2 per the same item every time you go in there. But the personal shoppers then got a little wise. They said, oh, that's fine. 2 per what? You're going to track me in the next store I go to? So they just would go to another park, and they go to pick more of the same shit at a different park. In Orlando, they got 7 of those things down there. You got
Smart.
So smart. Or they would buy 2 medium, 2 small, 2 large, 2 extra large, right? Or 2 in red, 2 in white, 2 in blue, whatever. So they found a way to
loopholes.
Cockroaches find a way to survive.
Yes.
Right. So yesterday or a couple days ago, the big news on the scuttlebutt on the Disney forums, of which I belong,
Nice.
was that the personal shoppers have been identified by Disney security and have been trespassed. And by trespass, when you get trespassed at a Disney park, you can no longer go in there for life.
Ooh,
for
life.
Banned for life. Or until such time as Disney decides that they want to release the trespass, right?
That hurts.
That does hurt. Imagine, you're like the world's biggest Disney fan. You find out how to make a living, reselling Disney merchandise.
It's your passion in life.
Yeah,
you found what Oprah said do. You found
it. Your passion in life. Your passion in life is
bringing meaning to
buy
life.
Winnie the Pooh cookie jars for Betty out in Ontario who can't make it, right? And then they yank your pass away for life. They say, go, no more for you. That's it. But, Disney has a right to do it, certainly. I mean, it's on your ticket. When you buy the ticket, it says that you actually cannot purchase stuff in the parks to resell for profit.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the terms and conditions of any ticket. And then the annual pass holders have an extra layer of, bullshit where they're like, you certainly can't do the following. It reminded me of a story. This whole thing reminded me of a story a couple of years ago that was in the New York Times and then in a number of different prominent newspapers and magazines about this group of ladies in New York that was renting out disabled children and people and men and stuff like this to affluent families so that they could go get on the rides quickly.
Oh.
Hoadley.
What?
Now, if you want to buy a $250 Starbucks tumbler, the kind that they make for $1.70 and sell you for $20 in the normal store just because it has a fucking Mickey Mouse on it, that's not my cup of tea. But God bless America, you should be allowed to do that, right? Now, should you be allowed to buy a bunch of those and resell them? That's up to Disney. They made a decision. Game over, right? So, game's over. Should you be allowed to exploit someone's disability to get you additional access so that, like a class system at Disney, there's always been a class system at Disney. It's never changed. Yeah. It's always been that way. You can buy the super pass or the extra pass or now the My Disney Genie Plus. But should you be allowed to should the person who's disabled be allowed to sell themselves as additional access in a system that has a loophole that allows that to happen?
No. 100% no, I think. That's me. Disabled, that's a spectrum of meanings. Definitely not children. They can't make that decision. And if you're a disabled adult who, you're an amputee or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, listen, I don't know either. I don't like the fact that people use their affluence to create undue influence in the world, right? To me, that seems above and beyond. But I also understand that this cruel world that we live in is just that way. There's nothing that you can do about it. It's been that way a time infinitum, or whatever they say. Infinitium, which is a brand new.
Breaking news.
Brand new from the podcast newspapers. Infinium.
Hot off the press.
Buy your Infinium on the Bitcoin exchange now. Yes, Infinium. The brand new altcoin from podcast newspaper. Those who know. As the kids like to say. Those who know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Because if a person is disabled and they're down on their luck, and then they can ride down to Disney, get a free trip to Disney, get $10,000 in the process, and then all they have to do is just,
a consulting adult, but are you talking, not mentally disabled. We're talking just
all kind of disabled, all just kind of disabled.
It's a slippery slope.
It was like, there are Disney has a whole subcategory, just like Google has all these search engine optimization specialists. that has created this whole new industry that we have both worked in, right? This company created a whole sub industry that is now sucking off the teat of this corporation.
Wow.
Now, Disney, of course, being one of the largest corporations in the world with many different facets, has now created a subcategory of people who make money, bloggers, vloggers, podcasters, people who there are independent like Disney vacation consultants that make huge dollars for planning out your Disney vacation for you, because that in and of itself takes a degree in fucking computer engineering and computer science. We just planned a Disney vacation, and let me tell you something. I have no fucking clue what Astor did. She was there for 17 days.
Yeah.
Just trying to book one hotel room for 7 nights.
Right.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then trying to get and now you have to plan your whole vacation before you go. They don't let you just walk up to the ride anymore. Now you have to plan the whole fucking thing out, right? Anyway, I don't know if it's right or if it's wrong. I'm morally, I wouldn't do it. I hate when people cut in line. It is one of the things that I think is absolutely obnoxious, right? And I don't like when people get undue influence because of their affluence. They create it out of thin air. I don't like that. But the part that bothers me the most is this. The part that gets me, that makes me think that they did the right thing they at least curbed it, right? They can't put a total stop to it. How do you do that, right? You can't say that Bob with one leg is not your friend, right? I mean, if you, okay.
It's a fine line, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? Yeah. Show me some pictures. What is this? Are you an immigration officer? Yeah. I've been through that. And let me tell you, if your love is real and your marriage is real, then there's no drama to that immigration office. At least we didn't have any. So what happened was a couple of years ago, I went to Disney with a friend of mine who has a child that would actually be considered disabled, a true disability, right? Born that way and maybe that way for life. When we went to get to the guest services to get additional help for this child, get him a pass that basically allowed us not to stand in line that would be bothersome to his condition, right? In many different ways, physically and mentally. They put these people, the parents of this child, through like a 400 question test. And then they categorized his disability as like level 1, you can go straight on the ride. Level 2, here's a pass, you give it to somebody, and then you come back an hour later, and then they let you on the ride. And then level 3 is, you probably aren't disabled, you're probably just telling us that. So here's level 3.
Yeah.
Good luck, ma'am. But what happens is the people who root around the system and try and find these little tricky ways to figure it all out.
Ruin it for
everybody.
Yep.
So stop it. I want my Disney mug, and I want it now.
You need it.
I need it for $275. This mug is better than the other mug because this mug has Mickey and that one has whoever. Paw Patrol. You don't see people standing in line for Paw Patrol shit, do you? No. Because guess what? No one created scarcity on Paw Patrol. You can literally buy 75 pencils made in China for $1.50 a Paw Patrol. If that had Mickey Mouse on it, you'd be paying $2,000 for those 75 pencils, and it would be stuck in some 40-year-old man's bedroom where he'd be displaying them in a gas case. These people are fucking insane.
It is crazy.
Oh,
you do love your Disney.
I do. The other day we were talking about Frankie B.
I just want that sword to work. I mean, I really want the sword to work.
Here's another example of a $300 piece of shit that I bought.
Lightsaber.
That'll never work for any reason. You can only buy the Kyber crystal down in Disney.
A crystal has to be the key to put it.
The Kyber crystal. If this isn't the biggest sham shit you've ever seen in your entire life, the Kyber crystal is basically a double D battery that's a little bit bigger than every other double D battery. So you have to buy it from Disney for $150. My Kyber crystal broke the day that I got it. And you have to wait in line 7 hours to talk to anybody about it because everybody else's Kyber fucking crystal is broken. It's such a sham.
If we could get that thing working, that would be cool.
It would be cool. Yeah, if we get it working, we'll show you. But, I say this all as a very big Disney fan.
You are.
I like going to Walt Disney World. What can I say? Right? I just don't like when they rip me off for $350. Although I will say.
You have it proudly displayed, though, on the wall.
Yeah, it's my father-in-law put it up there. Okay. I'm like, I am in my 40s. Can you please put up the Pearl Jam posters? Will you please proudly display my Pearl Jam posters from the concerts I never went to, but spent entirely too much money online to buy? Oh, God. I thought these were going to appreciate in value. Right. Maybe they have. I don't know, but not by much. Yeah. I'm bad at that stuff. I told you. Dick Tracy collection, Pearl Jam posters, Kyber crystals. I've lost money on it all. Real estate. You want me? If you need to lose money in investing, call me up.
Yes.
Hey everybody, it's that time in the commercial break when we take a commercial break. www.tcbpodcast.com is where you go to find out more about Krissy and I, read all the show notes, watch all the video, or listen to all the audio. You can also get your TCB collectible sticker by going to the website, clicking on I want my sticker. We'll tell you how to get one. You tell us where to send it. It's that easy. 661-237-8296 or 661-BEST2YO is where you can drop us a text message or leave us a voicemail. Please be mindful, if you leave us a voicemail, we may use it on a future episode. Our sponsors are super important to the show and super important to you. It keeps our content coming free and frequent straight to your favorite podcast publisher. If you're in the market for one of their products or services, please do us a favor and use the specialized URL or discount codes. You get free shit. Our sponsors know we're doing our job. It's a win-win across the board. TCBpodcast.com, 661-237-8296, at The Commercial Break on Instagram, and The Commercial Break on YouTube. And now, a word from our sponsors. This episode is sponsored in part by Squatty Potty. Not very often are you going to hear a commercial about your poop, but this is it. Squatty Potty is a bathroom utensil that goes under your feet and around your toilet to put you in a natural, crouching position every time you go number 2. And I swear, for many years, me and most of my family members have been using the Squatty Potty to improve our health and improve our poops. Every morning, I put my feet up on the Squatty Potty. It raises my feet about 1.5 to 2 feet toward my chest, as if I'm squatting without actually squatting. I get to sit on my own toilet, and I get to put my body in a better position to let everything flow naturally downwards. Let gravity do the work. Don't push yourself. That leads to health problems. And even though it takes a couple times to get used to, I promise, once you poop with your Squatty Potty, you won't ever want to go back. I've given them as birthday gifts. I've given them as Christmas gifts. I have given them as gift gifts for absolutely no reason whatsoever, except I care about my friends and family's poop. 9 years going with my own Squatty Potty. Every bathroom has one. And now you can have one. 20% off if you go to squattypotty.com/TCB. That's squattypotty.com/TCB for 20% off any item you buy at squattypotty.com. SQUATTYPOTTY. We are very excited to have these folks on board as a sponsor, squattypotty.com/TCB. And thank you to Squatty Potty for making me poop easier. This episode is sponsored in part by Beachbound.com. Beachbound.com is an online travel agency with expertise in worldwide beach vacations and only beach vacations. They're reinventing beach travel with Beachbound.com. You can book worldwide beach vacations, including flights, hotels, transfers, and excursions, all from one location at Beachbound.com. They are committed to building the best beach experiences that fulfill all of your cravings and curiosities, because to Beachbound.com, the beach isn't just a place, it's a way of life. And man, we couldn't agree more. We've been to this website, hundreds and hundreds of hotels, excursions for every member of the family, your transfers, your cars, everything from one location, Beachbound.com. The beach truly is a way of life, and we would choose the beach over any other kind of vacation, and we will use Beachbound.com to book our next beach vacation, because that's all they do, and they have expertise in only beaches. Go to Beachbound.com and book all of your beach travel from one location. Beachbound.com. Thanks, Beachbound. Hey, TCB family members, gotta let you know that this episode is sponsored in part by Quip and GetQuip.com. When I was in grade school, I had a horrible experience with a pediatric dentist. It scared me away from going to dentists once I got out of my house. So from the time when I was like 17 years old to 23 or 24, but basically I didn't go to the dentist for like 5 or 6 years. When I finally made it back to a dentist I felt comfortable with, I had to have a bunch of dental work done. I swore from that moment on that I would never again sit in a chair for hours at a time. My dental care is meticulous. I love my dental care routine. I floss and I brush at least twice a day, and GetQuip.com is helping people all around the world do just that. The Quip electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million people, and there's reasons why. It has a time sonic vibration with 30-second pulses to guide the dentist-recommended 2-minute clean. It's got a lightweight and sleek design for both adults and my kids. It's also got a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter in your bag. Plus, it's got reusable handles in a range of sleek metal hues, including the all-time bestseller, black and all pink. If you feel like you're on top of your brushing already, you can upgrade with Quip and the new Smart Motor. You track and improve your brushing with the free Quip app, and you can earn amazing rewards like free refills, products, Target gift cards, and so much more. If you go to getquip.com/TCB right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That's what they're doing for the TCB family. That's your first refill for free at getquip.com/TCB. GetQuip.com/TCB. Quip is the good habits company. So go to getquip.com/TCB to get your free refill when you order with our specialized URL. Come on, guys. Stop with the stanky breath. Get your oral care in order. Never sit in a dentist chair for hours again. GetQuip.com is helping. Thanks, Quip, for being a sponsor of The Commercial Break.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
2023 was a difficult year for many businesses looking to grow. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner in a B2B setting that's looking to accelerate your revenue in 2024, we can help. Check out sellingwell.com/grow for a free 5-day mini course that will help you elevate your sales game next year. That's sellingwell.com/grow. It's time to get serious about your sales strategy if you want to make 2024 a record year for your business. Just visit sellingwell.com/grow. Check it out today.
But one person who does know how to make money is Frankie B.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
like that
he?
segue?
He seems like an expert, and I do like that segue.
Well, he claims he's an expert in many things.
In all things.
Yeah.
Basically just all things.
Krissy and I the other day were excited. This was the last episode. We were super excited because Frankie B had come out with a new video for the first time in many months. Now there's like 3 new videos. He's just like all of a sudden he's made like it's a comeback, right? Frankie B's big comeback on it.
Strong.
Yeah. Comeback to all 3,000 subscribers. I got 400 views. I shouldn't be talking.
I know, right?
I got 7 views. We used to get a lot of views on our YouTube channel, and now all of a sudden I think YouTube has probably figured out that our content is not appropriate for anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So Krissy and I got excited. If you've ever watched the show, this is your first time listening to the show. I say watch. You can watch it on YouTube. Welcome. Welcome. Hello and welcome. My name is Bryan Green. This is Krissy Hoadley.
And happy New Year.
This will be the best way to waste an hour of your entire life. An hour you'll never get back, I might mind you. So think carefully. Krissy and I have found a man named Frank Bernardo probably way back when we started the show. I'd probably
Yeah,
say
it's been a long time.
yeah, like episode number 20 or 30. And we're into the hundreds now, right? So episode number 20 or 30, we found a guy named Frank Bernardo who considers himself an expert in all things fun, fitness, fashion, lifestyle. He's apparently a hair consultant. Now he's a hair salon consultant. Whatever he wants to talk about. What he ends up mainly talking about is working out and women and how they cheat on men. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, he pops up with a new video about a different subject. I was very excited because Frank went away for a little while, maybe to some of our listeners' delight, maybe to some of their chagrin. There's a big debate in the TCB community about whether or not Frankie B is good for the show or bad for the show. But Krissy and I don't give a shit because we like laughing at it. It's too good to pass up. It's just too good to pass up. So if you're one of those Frankie B haters, then, turn it off. Here it comes. So don't turn it off. We need the money. So the other day, Frankie B, after a 6-month hiatus, pops up back in my feed, and he is talking about the business opportunity of a lifetime. Now, to catch you up to speed, what is Frankie talking about? We aren't entirely sure what Frankie is talking about.
And he didn't explain it, really.
And I guarantee he's not going to wrap it up nicely and neatly in a package here. For another indicator that you're listening to, that you're onto a Frankie B video, is that he does no explaining that makes any sense whatsoever. He circular talks like nobody I've ever seen. He will literally
But he says it in a loud voice and drives a car.
He drives a cool car at the beginning of his videos. He slicks back his hair, pops up out of a body of water, and then considers himself the expert. Yes. Frankie B, you can go back and listen to the last episode. Frankie B told us that 21 years ago, he came up with the concept of building a salon where then he rented out the chairs to independent contracted. Yeah. Woo!
Light bulb.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Krissy and I had thought this has been around since the 60s. We didn't know it was literally developed in 2001 by Frankie. Yeah. Because it wasn't developed in 2001 by Frankie. But don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Frankie was going on to explain to, I guess, the viewers who are interested in his concept called Salon Suisse. We don't know where the T went, but it's Salon Suisse.
Drop the T.
He was going on to explain how he can make you a verified millionaire, basically.
You can go on vacations every month with your family once you get this, once you tap in to Frankie.
Yeah. Because rather than rent a small space in a strip mall to open in a nice strip mall to open your salon, Frankie is encouraging you to build your own standalone building for less than it takes to rent a small space out there. That's mind blown number 2.
It's self-running.
Yeah. Oh, mind blown number 3.
Yeah.
Advantage Frankie. It runs itself.
Just runs itself.
He cuts the ribbon.
Mailbox
you
money.
make money. That's right. Mailbox money. And man, are you going to be happy when you get those $200 to $300 checks a month to pay for $5,000 worth of expenses.
Right.
You'll be losing money well into the future with Frankie B's House of Cards Salon Suites. Advantage Frankie B. Disadvantage franchise. Making money. Disadvantage franchise. Losing money with your brand new building that makes no sense. Advantage Frankie. Thumbs up. Mm-hmm. So we didn't quite get through the video last one. I thought we promised you that we would do a little more homework on exactly what this business was because we couldn't find it anywhere. Hold on one second. I actually did some research online. And I got to the bottom of what his business is. I actually found a website.
God.
Yeah. Now, first of all, it's very hard to find. You actually have to put in.
He's so, mesmerizing too on his videos that it makes you just. I want to get a group of girls together. We're going to pop some wine open.
That's right. Group of guys.
And group of guys, group of girls. We're going to pop some wine open, watch these videos, and figure out how to make money with Frankie B. And Frankie B has an opportunity that's once in a lifetime. Guaranteed to make you money, save you hundreds of thousands of dollars from all those other franchise ideas. Mm-hmm. This is the hottest franchise idea during the pandemic that has ever been because everyone's going out to get their haircut.
Salons are gangbusters during the pandemic. Exactly what you want to do during a raging pandemic is touch other people's hair and faces.
And breathe right into the salon person.
That's right. You want them as close to your face as possible.
No mask. Just breathe.
It's like a vaccine. Only you get a haircut. Only your hair looks better afterwards. So I found a website for Frankie B's business.
I can't
for
believe
Frankie
it.
B's House of Cards Salon Suite.
Okay.
The website gives you just about as much information as this video does. It's literally 28 paragraphs, 4 different pages, 28 paragraphs, 0 pictures, 0 relevant information. But he does spell out a little bit about what he's going to give you. He's going to give you Frankie B's standard operating procedure handbook. He's going to give you architectural consultation. He's going to give you site, like if you need to find a site, an actual site to put your brand new box where it's gonna run itself and make money, he'll help you do that.
Okay.
He'll help you with picking out the furniture and the tools and the utensils that hairdressers need. And not that you'll need it. It actually says this on the website. Not that you'll need it, but ongoing support. Not that you'll need it.
You won't even need it.
You won't need it.
Just in case.
Once you cut the ribbon, you're good as gold.
Take off and go to Florida.
So the business does take off and go to Florida.
Go to Disney.
Go to Mexico, where Frankie has been hiding for the last 6 months. Probably with one of his clients' money. I'm down here scoping out brand new sites for your salon. Even Nico and Blue are into it. Even Nico and Blue know it's bullshit.
They can sniff it out.
Yeah. No, nothing like an episode where Nico and Blue pop their heads in the door. That's Nico, by the way. Not the loud one. That's actually Nico. Nico's an old man. He doesn't know what he's barking at. He just gets a whiff that something's going on and he starts barking.
He gets a whiff
He gets a whiff of himself, yeah. He's like, someone's dying. Oh, it's me. Oh no, what's that smell? It's me. Nico comes running in the door the other day. Nico never runs. Nico doesn't run. Nico trots because Nico's bones are brittle, right?
Yes.
But Nico comes running up the stairs out of the deck yesterday and comes running in the door, and he's doing like this spin around, right? And when he does that spin around, guess what? Shit just flies out of his ass. It was the most disgusting thing ever. I had to pick up the shit out of his ass.
Great.
Okay, here we go. Are we ready to get into Frankie B part 2?
I'm always ready.
Okay. Where we left off last time is Frankie was talking about the advantages and disadvantages of using Frankie B or the salons. Let's get back into it.
Or the franchise.
Here's Frankie B's once in a lifetime opportunity with Frankie B's, Frank Bernardo's House of Cards Salon Suite.
Disadvantage number 4 is cookie cutter design. Now, if you go to franchise, you're stuck with everything that they want to put in that building. And in case you haven't noticed, most of their buildings, they're out of style. They don't evolve. They've had the same design, the same footprint, the same color palette year after year. We're going back.
Well, wait, how do you change the footprint of a building?
Or are you just supposed to redecorate every single year?
That's right, Hoadley. With Frankie B's Tinker Toys construction, you can change the footprint on the fly. Don't like a box? Change it into a triangle. What are you talking about, Frankie? Yeah. We are stuck with their cookie cutter design. With Frankie B, you're stuck with me. Asking you for a check every 5 days.
Back as far as 10 years, they don't change. So if you go with a franchise, you open up a building, you're out of style. And if you go to franchise that's conducive to the West, let's just say Arizona. What works in Arizona, it's not going to work in Chicago, it's not going to work in New York, and it's definitely not going to work in Florida. So
wait, why isn't it definitely going to work in Florida? I don't get what's going on.
Well, I mean, does Frankie not like that Santa Fe style?
Yeah.
It's popular out in Arizona.
Frankie lives in Chicago. I can almost guarantee that from his accent that he's a Chicago boy, right?
Yeah.
Because that accent is very familiar to me. It's like
Right.
every human
You're
being
from
that I
there.
grew up with. But I don't really get why it matters what I understand like you could have a little, put fake palm trees down in the Florida one, or maybe you,
Yeah, I would think you could customize.
yeah, put a snow shovel. Yeah, but
Ox head.
yeah, but you don't think the franchise thought about that? Like, we're gonna put nothing but moose heads and ski lodge shit down in Key West. Advantage franchise. Really? I mean, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. Do you pick your salon based on the motif?
No. Maybe
It's
like
probably,
a general atmosphere.
Yeah, you want it to be clean and nice, and you want the people to be pleasant, but you don't really give a shit whether or not it's Santa Fe or...
No, you want your hair to look good.
Yeah, you want your hair to look good. I kind of understand this one, but I highly doubt that very well-to-do franchisers are not thinking about this also.
Correct.
I realize when you walk into a Supercuts, you're probably getting the same thing around the country. But when you walk into a McDonald's, you're getting the same thing around the country too. And it costs more to get a fucking Happy Meal than it does a haircut at Supercuts.
So why would you put up a building, let's just say in Chicago, that works in Arizona? You think someone, a stylist or a professional...
A stylist? A stylist.
I know, he's making all the T's silent.
Yeah, why? Why can't he just stop and say the T's?
Because he says T's in other words that he says, but yeah.
Yeah. He's
selective.
I've got to imagine maybe this is like a speech impediment type thing. Like, he just has never learned how to say his T's correctly. So I don't want to make too much fun of that because I also had a speech impediment as a child, and it's no fun when you're trying to figure it out. Instead of saying Laura, I say Lara. La. My tongue's lazy. La la.
La la.
Sa la.
Professional and esthetician, that they walk into your building, they don't want to feel like they're in the West. They want to feel like they're in Chicago. We're
What? Hold on.
Yeah. They don't want to feel like they're in the West.
They don't want to feel like they're warm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Whoa.
What the fuck are these tropical colors doing around me?
You were so right. I had no idea what it was like to be in a building. I'm totally disoriented. I walked outside. I had my bikini on. It was the middle of Chicago. Winter. It was crazy. Crazy. Very rarely do I forget what part of the country I am in, but it's happened before.
different styles. Professionals, they're very eccentric. They're very unique. They want what they want. If you think that you got them in there because of your design, you didn't.
Well, then why does the design matter? This is maddening. This is fucking maddening. You just argued a point that then you argued against.
Yes.
Yeah. Frankie, you're making no sense. You're making no sense. None. You don't want the same cookie cutter design time after time after time. However, if you think the stylist came in because of the design, you're wrong. So it really doesn't matter. So advantage Frankie B or advantage, I'm not really sure. Advantage somebody.
They got them in there because there's no other salon suites in the area. That's their only choice. But if someone opens up next to you that has the design that they like, the motif, the style, the pizzazz, the wow factor, when they walk in the door, guess what? They're going to leave you. They're going to leave you in a New York second.
What?
Why?
What? It sounded like he was going towards. Yes, that's what you want. You want to wow them.
Yeah, you want to wow
them.
them.
I guess they're going to leave you.
Yeah. Oh, Frankie. Oh, man. We got to teach you, buddy. We got to teach you about your presentation style isn't so sharp, my friend.
Yeah.
Did someone review these bullet points with you?
No.
Did you have a person you could bounce this shit off of? It's probably that girl from the first date. Hi, I'm Frankie B. And I'm here for our first date. I'm just here having a drink by myself. You aren't now. Your lucky day. I'm Frankie B. Could you put your shirt on? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would look at my body. Do you mind if I run this presentation by you real quick?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Yeah, okay, that sounds great. Turn that way. Why don't you do me a favor? Record it on a voice note outside from your car and then come back in an hour or two. Yeah. Would you choose a salon suite over one of those other cookie cutter designs? I'm sorry, what's a salon suite?
Disadvantage, franchise. Disadvantage number 5, its location. So when you go to franchise, they're going to grant you an exclusive territory that's exclusive to only you. Do yourself a favor. And this is one piece of advice that I'm going to give you, and I'm not going to charge you for it.
That's so sweet of him.
So sweet of you,
so
Frankie.
Sweet of him.
That's so sweet of you.
Free advice from Frankie.
I'm going to give you some useless advice for 100% free. The lifetime value of this advice is nothing. And I'm going to give it to you for free.
Let's see what it says.
When they give you that exclusive territory, and you think it's worth some money, probably is, probably. But wouldn't you rather have Salon Suite right next door to another Salon Suite?
Yeah, encroach in on
That's
that
right.
other business.
I do no exclusive territories. And when I buy a piece of land, I plan for more than one Salon Suite. So the good news is you have other Salon Suite friends around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
competition.
Yeah, nothing brings people to a salon like other salons exactly like the other salon. There's a lot of people that need to get a haircut every day. Come on, don't be so greedy. You want to make money? Come on, share the wealth.
Or you sign on the dotted line. Make sure the location that you want, the location that you're interested in, the location of your dreams is available. Because once you sign,
be sure it's available before you sign.
Before you sign.
What?
Before you sign any real estate contract, make sure that it's available.
Sale.
Yeah.
Make sure it's for sale.
That's advice you can take to the bank. Advantage Frankie B. I'm just giving you a little peek into the window of my process on picking locations. Before I buy a property, I make sure that I'm talking to the owner. I do my homework.
I got burned one time.
More than once. I don't know. I'm still working
Make sure
through
it's available.
I'm still working through the first 7 salon suites.
Before you sign. Like, how are you even getting to the point where you're going to sign?
I don't get this.
If it's not available.
Yeah. Why would you buy a franchise when you have no clue where the location's going to be? Why would you do that? We're going to build you a Chick-fil-A. Not sure where yet, but sign on the dotted line, $75,000. By the way, Chick-fil-A, I don't agree with any of their principles or policies.
Right,
but if you want to be a millionaire overnight, get a Chick-fil-A
they're very
franchise.
Picky.
Extremely picky.
Yes.
You have to work for them for like 5 years. You have to have like a doctorate or
You
something.
do,
Yeah. And then you have to go to their church.
It's no joke. No, not just anyone can sign up.
No, but if you get yourself a franchise, even if you get one of those mall franchises or those shitty airport franchises, you're making a fucking $1 million a year. You want to know why? Because let's put it this way. Chick-fil-A is the Walt Disney World of fast food.
Yes.
And McDonald's is like the Six Flags of fast food. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
if you think you're going to get it and it's not available, you're out of luck. The franchise is going to push you to an area you may not want to work in, but they're going to tell you it's the next best area. It's perfect. Your business is going to boom there, even if you don't like it. And always remember one thing.
Man.
We've got a location in the back of an old Phillips 66 gas station on the corner of Country Road 36 and State Highway 97.
It's gonna work.
Population 32. You're going to make millions. We've done the market research. You can expect at least 3 customers a month.
Oh my God.
Jim's building a new chicken shack down the street. He's going to bring in 3 new jobs. We're ready for you. Where are Frankie's? What I couldn't get to the bottom of is exactly where any of these locations are. He names his competitors' locations, but he does not name his own locations.
Also, too, he's talking about a franchise pushing you to wherever they want to go. Well, they have billions of dollars. Franchises have billions of dollars behind.
Yes.
Where they're going to allow their name to even go into. They're not going to put you on Country Road State 93 in the back of the Phillips.
No, they don't do that. The franchise only makes money if you make money because they take a part of your gross profit, or at least that's how it usually works. And so
Not with Frankie. You can choose the location of your dreams. Be sure it's available.
Yeah.
If it's not, just sign.
You pay me one flat upfront fee and then $70,000 a year in perpetuity, regardless of your location. It's a deal you can't refuse. I'll help you find the perfect location.
Your location of your dreams.
Yeah, the only way he's getting this done cheaper than actually buying a franchise is if he's buying a location in the back of the Phillips 66 on State Road 7 and Highway 32. That's the only way. You want to know why? Because land is expensive.
Yep.
With a franchise, that area is only exclusive to you if another person comes and works at the same franchise that you're working with. If another franchise comes in from a different company or an individual, let's say an individual hires me. I'm going to open up right down the street from you, and I'm going to take all your business, and you have no control over that. So don't get caught up with these.
That's what I'm going to do. That's the plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow these franchises around and go right next door and take all the business.
Territory to help control business flow, disadvantaged franchise. Putting salon suites literally on top of each other. Advantage Frankie B. What he's basically saying is it's going to happen anyway. I might as well be the one. Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense because whatever. You get the thing. If you see a Bob Steele, you're not going to walk into it. But if you see a Frankie B's House of Cards, salon suite, you're liable to go into it. It makes no logical sense, Frankie. I'm sorry. You need to be a consultant for one of these franchises.
Yeah, consult.
Just consult. Yeah, Don't try and convince people. Don't try and convince people a good opportunity is not a good opportunity. That's a bad business model. You know all those Chick-fil-A's making a lot of money? Fuck that. Burger King's the way to go.
Not even Burger King. I mean, this is a brand new thing.
That's right.
It's Frankie B's. Just start a brand new. Nothing. Nobody's ever heard of it ever.
That's right. You know the combo Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. That's the way to go. That's what you want.
Just start brand new.
That's right. Dunkin' Donuts and China Wok. Those two together are a match made in heaven. Who doesn't want a sugary donut after they eat a salty pile of noodles?
Franchises and their exclusive area. There's no such thing as exclusive areas. Remember, I've been doing this for 21 years. Right?
What were you doing before that is my question. I really want to know because you got to be in your 60s.
Also, he's not been doing this for 21 years. He just started this.
Yeah.
He was not doing this. Where are his locations? What is he doing?
We don't know. He doesn't say. He doesn't say where any of his locations. He never references any of his past jobs except for one. Remember, he said he showed a picture on, and I actually watched the video, so I saw the picture. He opened one salon suite, apparently. With
the three
stylists because the other three weren't available. Yes. Where were they on opening day? I mean, if it's your first day on the job and your brand new salon suite, don't you think you'd show up? What held you up? Where were you? Maybe you weren't ever there in the first place? I don't know. Because they weren't yet available because they never showed up to work.
First building, do you know that there are 6 salon suites within a mile from me? 6 different companies within a mile. Everything's flooded. There's just so much competition there. And that's going to happen to you. Someone's coming. So when you put up that...
So what is the argument for actually doing this?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I can't tell.
Why would you do this?
I don't.
If the market is flooded and everybody's everywhere and it's an opportunity that's just saturated to the gills, why am I hiring you to put me in the middle of that saturation?
I think he is convincing people to go out to the country, pick a piece of land that's available. And just retire there.
Together we'll find the worst location possible. Advantage Frankie B.
Building.
No one's around.
No one. We want somewhere where no one's around. Literally. No customers. Nothing. Not even a gas station so they can fill up their car to get to you. That's how you build from the ground up.
It's true innovation.
If you build it, they will come.
He's been proven to do this for 21 years.
That's right. For 21 years of my 64 years on Earth, this is what I've been doing. What were you doing for the other 42? Where were you? Maybe I don't want to know.
No.
It better be a building that's phenomenal and is second to none. Otherwise, you're going to risk your investment. You're going to have vacancies. So the 6th and final disadvantage I want to go over with you, and this one is very, very important. And as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, this one hits me really, really hard.
Hits me right in the heart. This one hits me right in the heart. You're bound to lose money. This one really kind of hits me in the heart because, he's
a businessman, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it basically keeps me from making money. And it is, you're bound to lose money either way you go. So call me up right now for that life business of a lifetime.
What is number 6?
I got to build up anticipation.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, trying to do a show here.
It's called control. The name of the game, when you open up a business, the luxury is having control to do what you want, how you want, whenever you want, whatever you want to do, how you want to decorate, how you want to furnish.
Which day is Boner Tuesday?
You get a taco.
Yeah, you got a taco and a boner, and you put those together, and it's a really interesting day around the suite. Let me tell you that. Now, you got to lawyer up for that one because you're liable to get people pissed off. But I continue the tradition to this day in my own house. I get one of those I get the Ortego soft shells is what I do. You want a real surprise when you bite into that taco? Hey now, just a bit of Frankie B. A bit of Frankie P, if you know what I mean. Oh my God.
Design. That's the power of being in business for yourself. Why would you want control from a franchise? You know what this is like? It's like working for someone else.
Don't say.
What are you talking about, Frankie? Lots of people work for other people, and it works out just fine.
Yeah, most people work for other people.
Yeah, most people work for other people, at least at some point in their life.
Yes.
Yeah, and it works out just fine.
And all of this sounds fantastic, Frankie. Yeah, yes. Do I want to just go open up a salon where I'm renting out chairs and the building's running itself? We're in the middle of the beautiful country down by the river.
Yeah, down by the river.
I'm decorating however I would like. All of this sounds fantastic if I have unlimited amounts of cash.
That's right.
I mean, I can do anything I want then.
Yeah.
I have full control.
Listen, why don't I go with the proven track record rather than some wild stranger that has so far yet to give me one indication that he knows what he's talking about? Mm-hmm. Frankie B's brand new Frankie B's House of Cards, Salon Canoes.
Salon Canoe.
Why do people want to, you want to get your hair done on a canoe? Traveling down a class floor rapid. That's where people want to get their hair done.
They're eccentric.
I made this idea up 21 years ago. They're unique and eccentric.
When I go into business, I don't want anybody telling me what to do. It's my business. But if you go to franchise, it's not yours. It's theirs. Because you can't do anything. Anything you want to do. Anything. It's a phone call. Mr. Franchise, can I do this? In 99...
Mr. Franchise. Yes. I'd like to hire Frankie B as a consultant. I don't think so. Mr. Franchise says no. Mr. Franchise, we'd like to have Boner Thursday around the office. Mr. Franchise approves. Please write a standard operating procedure for all other franchisees. Send us photographs and let it be done. I mean, come on, Frankie. There's a reason why they put these processes in place.
Right.
Do you think McDonald's would be the same company if everybody could just do what the fuck they wanted to do? I worked at McDonald's. If everybody could do what they wanted to do, your burger would have been laced with Jesus Christ LSD half the time. I mean, come on. Oh, my God. Whoa. Yeah. You're missing the point, bud. You're missing the whole point.
100% of the time, if it's not in their books and their outline, it's a no. You have no control. Here, being in business, it's freedom. When you go to franchise, you have no freedom. You're under control. You're under their thumb. You always got that pressure. That's no way to do business. All right?
I just wonder who's under whose thumb.
First of all, if you actually buy into a franchise, you know what you're doing. It's not like you were forced into slave labor.
No.
You're under somebody's control, whip and chain. I mean, you know the drill.
You know the drill.
Yeah, you're buying into somebody else's proven method.
That's right. That's why they're selling a franchise. Yeah. It's because they figured out how to crack the code of making money and stamping it out across the country or the territory or region.
Replicating it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they have a proven track record. Now, do every one of them make money? Of course not. Either does every business. I can guarantee every one of your salon suites ain't cracking $1 million a year either. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm not saying the franchise model is the right model for every business.
Sure.
But if what you're trying to convince people, why don't you just try and convince people to use you as a consultant rather than trying to convince them not to use the franchise? Because to me, everything you've told us makes me want to run to the franchise. Yeah, immediately. I'm on my way to the franchise. Give me the phone number at the end of this presentation.
Mr. Franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Frankie scared me. He does that. That's why Mr. Franchise is here. To help you make millions of dollars. With our proven track record of success. Can I do you mind if I feed everybody chili bean tacos as they walk in the door for, farting Fridays? Bad idea. It's not in the standard operating procedure. Request denied. But I want to do what I want to do. You're an idiot. That's why we have the book. To make sure idiots don't fuck shit up. You're a moron. You're a moron, Bill. That's why we keep an eye on you. That's why you pay us money to send our inspectors in monthly to make sure you do not have ideas like farting Friday. Bill, what are you thinking? This is almost as good as Wee Wee Wednesdays, where anybody can pee wherever they want to. The answer is no.
But if I was with Frankie Salon Suisse...
Go ahead, go over to Frankie Salon Suisse. Use your wee wee over at the Swee. I don't know if you've noticed, but Frankie lives in a college dorm. Frankie's daughter graduated from college in 2007, and he lived there ever since. But feel free. Mr. Franchise approves your request to build a salon suite.
Oh my God,
Bill, let me do you the favor and say no to all additional requests you think of. Consider this a general no. Aw, man, I should have gone with Frankie B's Salon Suisse. That should be a commercial he puts out. Like some disembodied head. Just like flying around.
oh my God.
Salon Suites Consulting Services from House of Salons. You want control?
Why so many names? From House of Salons comes House of Salons Consulting Services. Why don't you just call it consulting service? I don't understand anything.
No.
Yeah.
It was not well thought out.
I got a great idea for the name of a business. From House of Salons comes House of Salons Consulting Services for House of Salons Salon Suites. It's easy. It's catchy. I'm going to make it into a bumper sticker. I work for House of Salons by House of Salons Concert Suites.
House of Salons.
House of Salons.
You want control of your life? You want control of your business? You want your freedom?
Yeah.
There's an alternative out there from franchising. It's called House of Salons, Salon Suite Consulting Services. It's freedom for life. I get you thinking a little bit. Are you wondering?
Oh, you got me thinking a lot, Frankie. You got these wheels turning.
You're thinking a little bit.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I never want to hear another business opportunity from you again.
What exactly is the best choice? Is it house to salon, salon suite consulting services, or is it a franchise? Well, we've all heard the phrase, the biggest no-brainer on earth. Well, if you choose my company, folks, it will be
the biggest no-brainer on the history of Earth is like that mortgage guy. It's the biggest no-brainer on the history of Earth in the history of Earth.
Oh,
but he said on the history of Earth. I'm literally a no-brainer standing on a book called The History of Earth. I don't get it, but whatever.
The biggest no-brainer on earth. I've got so many different advantages, so many better advantages.
I've got so many ideas.
I know, I was going to say.
Spilling out
rattling
of my head.
around.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to spread butter on toast? I use the palm of my hand. It works so much better. You want ideas like this in your salon? Call Frankie B.
Over a franchise, I could be here for hours telling you all about them. But for the length of this video, we're going to hit on a few of the key points. The first one is experience. If you hire a company without experience, it's a death trap in this business.
What experience does he have?
Well, yeah, the one salon with 3 stylists
that showed up.
The other 3 couldn't even be bothered to show up on opening day. Didn't look like the owner was happy. Probably spent $1 million extra. They're like, Jesus, what did I get myself into?
I wanted control.
I wanted control over everything.
Okay, let's just be clear. For the first point that he's about to make, which I'm sure none of them will make any sense, but the first one is experience. Now, he doesn't seem to have any, and the franchises do.
Yeah, has been doing this for more than 21 years. Supercuts has been around since the 80s.
Yeah.
Hire a company that can successfully navigate you through the entire process, start to finish, ribbon cutting. That's the key to success.
Start to finish, ribbon cutting. I could
just cut that ribbon and boom.
You don't mind if I use my own shears, do you? I had these made specially for this occasion. They're square. Look.
Start to bottom, ribbon cutting.
Top to bottom, from beginning to end, ribbon cutting, because that's where the business ends.
Magic
that's right.
happens.
The magic is done. The magic happens building the actual salon suite. Once you open it, forget about it. You're good. Don't worry about me. I'm out of here.
If you hire a franchise, chances are you're going to be working with employees that have only worked there 2 months, 6 months, maybe a year. They only know what their bosses.
You just built the franchise.
What? You just built the fucking building. They're also only going to be working there. When you build Frankie B's House of Salon Suites, we literally ship in people that have been working at your location for many years. It's time travel. It's complicated. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about the details here on this video.
You're going to be working with people that just started.
Yeah, what?
Taught them. They only know what's in their handbook. There's no personal one-on-one that you're going to get with the owner, the one with the experience, like you're going to get with me. If you want to put your faith, your hard-earned money in the hands of a company with the same footprint, the same design, the same stale ideas that they've had for the last 10 to 15 years.
The same millions of dollars they've been making for the same 15 years. If you really want to make money like all those other large companies, well then fine. Go ahead. You're not for me. Then put down this presentation right away. If you're into losing hundreds of thousands of dollars before the door even opens, Frankie B has got you covered. There's probably a few people, I would imagine, that watch this video that are like, wow, Frankie B's the way to go.
Yeah,
because because they're just some
I don't want to buy into a franchise.
I don't want to buy into that franchise model. He clearly pointed out all the flaws in the franchise model.
And when you open your doors, you're out of style? Go ahead. You're going to suffer on that. The key in success in this business is experience, fresh ideas, someone who thinks outside the box. not in a handbook. Another monster advantage I have in...
Not a handbook, not any kind of standard operating procedure.
Throw that handbook out the window.
Wait, I have some
We're making shit up as we go here.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, I've got some processes. Do you have a pen? This is part of my consulting magic. What if we swept up every 48 to 56 hours? What do you think? Sounds like I did just come out all day long. I don't even know.
More where those came from.
I'm like a savant. I'm like a salon savant. I got way more than those come from. What about a machine that blows hot air and dries people's hair off?
I thought about this 20 years ago.
Yep. What about buying our shit at Walmart instead of at Bob Steele? No, not a good idea? Okay, well, there's a few stinkers in the group.
This is probably going to open your eyes. Does this open your eyes? I'm going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know where this money belongs?
I literally cannot close my eyes.
Frankie, it's a Mr. Franchise. It doesn't cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to open up a Supercuts. I don't know where you're getting your numbers, but Mr. Franchise says incorrect.
Belongs in your pocket. Now that right there is $4,000. If you go with a franchise and you open up a bigger building, you're going to be paying $4,000 a month in royalty fees for the rest of your life, or for as long as you're in business with that company. How does that make you feel? I got so many better things that we can do with that money, like opening up some more salon suites.
With $4,000? What are you building out of? Aluminum foil?
You got an extra 4K?
Yeah, you got an extra 4K?
Let's go get a big, huge building, put a bunch of stylists in there, and go on vacation. Yeah. Do a ribbon cutting. Bam.
Let's go get some saran wrap and toothpicks at Walmart. We're going to open 12 of these babies. Folding chairs on sale now at Dollar General. Let's go.
$4,000.
$4,000.
More.
Oh my God. That's only $48,000 a year, by the way, to actually make money.
Then giving it every month to a franchise. Month 1, $4,000. Month 2, $8,000. Month 3,
17 grand. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me get my calculator out. We're getting into the big numbers. We're getting into the double digits. That's where things get complicated.
$12,000. You see how this adds up? What can you do with that money? Always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you? Are you understanding? How much are your services? So it's $48,000 a year to get your name on the front door and actually get people who know what they're doing in there. Or how much are you? Mm-hmm. I wonder how much his services really are.
We've got to reach out.
Maybe, yeah, we do. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
We have to.
I will.
And what I really like is when I drive by my buildings and I see my name on the door, I love it. I'm proud. I feel good. I smile. Wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you want your name on the door? Franchises say you need your brand to be successful. No, you don't. I'm the alternative to that garbage, that rhetoric. I'm the alternative. I'm the one that's going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It always comes back to Frankie. Always, always, always.
Yes.
No matter what the situation.
Yep.
No matter what he's talking about. It doesn't matter. Mm-mm. He can't objectively speak about anything. It's always about Frankie. He's got a God complex.
He does.
I'm the one. I'm the guy. I'm the alternative.
I want to drive around and see my name.
That's right.
I'm the one who's going to brand your building, brand you, brand the inside, the outside, everything about it. What you're about,
Frankie
what
B
you
is
like.
Gonna be plastered all over everything.
Frankie B is going to blow you up.
I'm going to brand inside, outside, everywhere.
Yeah, what I haven't told you yet is that you're actually going to have to put my name all over the front door. Yeah, he doesn't quite specify. But I have a raging suspicion, as well as a hard-on, that Frankie B is going to make you put his name on the door somewhere.
Frank Bernard's Salon Suites.
That's Salon Suites, House of Cards. All right, well, listen, we almost got to the end of it, but it's just too much fun. We have too much fun with this stuff. So we'll leave it for there right now, and then we'll get back to Frankie B at some point in the future.
We're going to reach out.
I'm going to reach out and see if I can get additional information on Frankie B, and I'll let you know. I wish I could. Maybe that's a way I get him on the phone. Yeah. Maybe that's a way we actually get him to talk to us about this stuff, unsuspecting. But I have a feeling if he hasn't already, once he finds out what we're actually doing...
Well, we're going to have to go under an alias.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll have Astrid call.
I was going to say.
We're going to have Patrick or somebody call. Yeah. We'll figure out a way to get it. Or maybe we'll have Big Will the Champ or something.
Oh,
yeah. Big Will would do it.
And he's up in New York.
Yeah.
So
they speak the same language. I don't know. They can talk about design in New York, I guess. I'm not really sure. We want to thank everybody who listens. Thank you for taking the time to be part of the TCB family. I want to let you know that you can go to tcbpodcast.com. You can watch all the videos, listen to all the audio, get more information about Krissy and I. Get your collectible TCB sticker. We'll tell you how on the website. You tell us where to send it. It's just that easy. Series 2 coming out in December. We're out of Series 1, so Series 2 coming in December. You want to make sure that you get a part of that. At The Commercial Break on Instagram. Follow us, please. And like and subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/The Commercial Break. I'll say it again. I'll say it for the next couple of episodes. You may hear, you hear our commercials, the ones that we say, the ones that we talk about our sponsors. Those are called host-read ads, and those are the wonderful sponsors that support the show. But now we additionally occasionally, we will put in actual commercials, like produced commercials, produced by Krissy and I. That is a part of our sponsorship strategy to just make sure that we can continue to do the show for you for free, and we can do it twice a week. So it supports us just a little bit, helps us cover some of the costs and stuff like that. So we do appreciate you understanding, and we're all going to get used to it together, and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It's not that big of a deal. And also, I wanted to let you know that if you're in the market for any of our sponsors' products or services, please use the specialized URLs and codes. It tells the sponsors that we're doing our job and keeps them coming back, keeps the show free. It's just a big relationship between all of us. You don't know it yet, but we're all going to be friends real soon.
That's right.
So, I think that's all I can do for today.
I think so, Bryan.
What do you think?
I think that's
Anything
true.
else we got to cover?
I don't think so.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
And I love you out there. Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, we always say, bye.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
2023 was a difficult year for many businesses looking to grow. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner in a B2B setting that's looking to accelerate your revenue in 2024, we can help. Check out sellingwell.com/grow for a free 5-day mini course that will help you elevate your sales game next year. That's sellingwell.com/grow. It's time to get serious about your sales strategy if you want to make 2024 a record year for your business. Just visit sellingwell.com/grow. Check it out today.
The Commercial Break. New episodes on Tuesdays and now Fridays. New YouTube clips drop daily at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Visit tcbpodcast.com for access to our entire media library. Follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram. Each episode is written and produced by Bryan Green, co-hosted by Krissy Hoadley, with additional content provided by Tina Cano.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.